Hello. Welcome to the Goods. I know that you have been looking at us wearing our Fly Goods podcast gear and wondering where can we get those. Well, guess what? We have the answers for you. We have it here, Teespring. Go to Teespring and you will find all of this glorious merchandising, from T-shirts to mugs to, well, there's other toys, but we can't talk about that now. Go to Teespring, enjoy our memorabilia. And we're back, all flash.
No substance.
So today's top 5 is the top 5 Denzel Washington movies. Now, there's a lot of stuff going on out there as far as social injustice and bad things happening. But you know what? Denzel Washington came to the rescue and helped a homeless man, helped an officer with a homeless man that was possibly causing a disturbance. And you know what? It was about damn time. Because of that, because he's such a freaking awesome person and a great actor, we want to highlight Denzel Washington. This is his top 5. This is for you, Denzel. Terrence, go first.
All right, so I'm actually really excited to do the Denzel Washington top 5 because when I was actually going through like his filmography, there was like a ton of films that you could always say that like that could be like a top 5 film. So when you guys go and put in the comments how much my top 5 sucks, hey, anything could have been in the top 5. So we're just gonna go with that. So we're gonna go number 5. Number 5. I'm going with Flight.
Number 5 is Flight.
Flight.
Because that is a freaking awesome movie.
That is a great movie. So this movie is one because we get to see. All right. So the most thing with Denzel Washington is he always tends to play the good guy. He's always he's always kind of like the inspirational moment of the movie. He's the one that when you were like, I want to be that person. I want to pull through. He's gonna always overcome. This movie, he's kind of a jerk. It's like he's flying an airplane. He gets like completely wasted. And he has to own up to it. And that's the most amazing part about it, because most movies will end like, okay, here's a happy ending to it and blah, blah, blah. It's like, he literally like accepts that his faults in life and owns up to it at the end and just kind of accepts his consequence.
But don't you think that this also kind of like sheds like a little bit of, there's a positivity to all of this because he saved people's lives while being wasted.
He did a great job flying a plane wasted.
It was like Sully.
It was
drunk Sully.
Let's see Tom Hanks do that one.
Oh man.
No, but he did
He
did a great job in this film. Like I said, we always see him as in a positive light. To see him in a negative light and actually still you understand what his character is at. You understand what they're trying to do for his particular character, and then for him to undo it all at the end is an amazing twist for this movie to happen. Yep. And it was just kind of like, what? I've been on board with you getting away with this whole movie, and now you're not? So it was a great movie. I really love the movie, and the stewardess one, oh my god, at the beginning of the movie. Ooh.
Number 4!
Number! Obviously, I went with Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans at 4?
There's a reason why.
Okay.
So Remember the Titans at 4, and the reason why I put it at 4 because he's a big part of the movie, but the movie's really about the football players.
Okay.
It's about how he brings them together,
exactly.
But a lot of the movie is about them working together and being able to overcome the cultural differences in this film.
But it's his it's him that forces them.
Yeah, that kind of like pushes them to do it, and
exactly.
He leads them into this unbelievable season, blah blah. But I still feel like it's more about the players than it is him, even though he's the glue for the team and stuff like that. But the movie was really, really great. It's very, very quotable. I mean, I still use "Petey, you're killing me." So
I'm Petey usually, but it's all right.
Till this day, I still use that line. So it's one of the films where like it will forever be as part of Disney's greatness.
Okay.
Even though they tread lightly on racial films.
Very true, very true.
All right.
Number 3.
Number 3. I went with Book of Eli.
Book of Eli.
I really love Book of Eli. Not only does it give you kind of like a post-apocalyptic, you get to see Denzel Washington in an action film, which you rarely get to see for Denzel Washington unless what was that one where he was like going back in time, out of time? Not out of time.
Out of time, yeah.
It was out of time?
Out of time, virtuosity.
Yeah, exactly, right. So you rarely get to see him in an action film. But this one, he's kind of, he's blind. He's Zatoichi, a black Zatoichi.
Actually, you don't even know he's blind to the end.
Yeah, he's black Zatoichi.
Sorry.
So if you guys have
You
seen
haven't seen it.
have you seen spoiler? So if you've seen Japanese martial arts films, Zatoichi films about a blind swordsman, he's black Zatoichi. And the whole premise of this film is about a Bible. So like it hits all the religious elements, it hits the post-apocalyptics and the action parts of the film. It's a great film. So much so, it's one of those films that they actually play on like basic cable like all the time.
He's like not so Mad Max.
Not so Mad Max. Black Mad Max. He's Blad Max. Number two. All right, number two. I actually went with Man on Fire.
You know what? Okay, real quick. Everybody talks about that movie.
This movie is amazing, and if you have not seen Man on Fire,
seen it. I've seen Man on Fire. I like Man on Fire.
Okay.
It's very good. It's not like it's not what everybody says it is.
It is. It totally
Tony
is.
Scott. I think Tony Scott did this film. You can see a lot of the Jerry Bruckheimer type of elements in there in Tony Scott's vision and how he shoots his films. And
this movie's dark.
And
it's pretty.
He's freaking
it's
amazing.
Like feeding.
And then you see the raw emotion of Dakota Fanning when she's so young and she gives that kind of range. And Denzel's range is absolutely amazing too. But it's just for me.
She makes you feel so much emotion when it's
you're right.
Creasy Bear thing, and it was
I think she's the best thing in the whole movie.
She's not. She doesn't have a big part. The whole part. Okay, so this movie spawned a whole bunch of. I think this movie spawned Taken. I really think it felt like it spawned Taken because Man Apart came after this with Vin Diesel. And then, like I said, we got all the Taken series. This movie spawned that, like, hey, somebody's captured. I gotta do everything within my power because I have a particular set of skills, and I have to get out
Wouldn't that be
there.
The Professional?
We're not talking about that. We're talking about Denzel Washington right now. So nobody was kidnapped in Professional.
Yes, I know, but he was still looking after Natalie Portman.
All right, whatever. Anyway, so Man on Fire is a great film.
Okay. That's your number three, right?
That is my number two.
Oh, that's
actually.
your number two.
That's
Okay,
my number
gotcha.
two.
Number two,
Book of
okay.
Eli was number three.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So Man on Fire is a great film. Like I say, you feel the emotion between the relationship between him and Dakota Fanning. It's like you understand that he looks like his own child, even though he's a bodyguard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he wants to do everything to make sure, even though her father's crap, her mother is kind of non-existent, and like he wants to do everything to make sure he brings his daughter home. Watch this film if you haven't seen this film.
It is a very good movie.
It's a prequel to Taken.
It is not a prequel to
Black Taken. Blaken.
Taken on Fire.
Blaken on top. Taken on fire.
Taken on Fire. All right. Number one.
All right, so this was like the easy choice, and I tried not to put this at number one. I tried to put Man on Fire at number one, to be honest.
Don't say Training Day.
I'm gonna say Training Day. I tried to put Man on Fire at number one. I couldn't justify it.
Are you giving it to Training Day because of the Oscar?
And the amazing performance that he had?
Because it was so. Now you want to talk about out of character?
Yes, this is definitely.
That was the biggest one that was out of character. But it's okay. Go ahead.
This is why it's number one.
Okay, go ahead.
Look, this is the reason why I like this film. It's like anytime you get, so in Hollywood, a lot of people are typecast and they have like little norms that they're used. Like The Rock can't be a bad guy. So when he plays Black Adam, it's going to be a good guy Black Adam. And it's like he can't be a bad guy. And
but if The Rock played a bad guy, he would be great. Freaking awesome. Nothing is better than Hugh Rock.
In the Fast and the Furious, he's the bad guy cop.
He started out as the bad guy.
Yeah, it was like, hey, the bad guy for the bad guys is the cop. And I was like, it's like he can't play a bad guy, and for a long time, Denzel Washington couldn't play a bad guy. It was like he was the positive person of the films. So to see him as the complete and utter bad guy in this film is amazing. That's why he won the Oscar. It showed his range, showed him more ghetto. Can I say that? It's like,
you're black.
It was like his hood nature. And I like the fact that they linked it back to Ricochet, which is amazing because when he brought up the picture, it was a picture from Ricochet. It was a screen grab from Ricochet.
Oh, I didn't know.
You didn't realize that?
No.
Yeah, so when he was like, I used to be a good cop, and they showed the picture of him holding the gun, that was from Ricochet.
Oh, damn it! I missed that.
Just
How about
like,
Eva Mendes?
Oh my God! I already talked about the girl from Flight. Scene in there with Eva Mendes when he walks in. That's good enough to get number one by itself.
Oh,
but
man.
anyway.
All right.
The movie's great. I'm sure you guys have all seen Training Day, so I don't have to go over and over on a long time about Training Day. It's a great film. It deserves to be number one. Like I said, I tried to put Man on Fire as number one. It couldn't.
You're gonna freaking hate me.
All right.
Number 5.
Number 5.
All right. My
Like
number 5 is Ricochet.
I like Ricochet.
Ricochet is one of my favorite Denzel Washington movies of all time. He was an up and comer. He was barely coming out.
Yes.
I want to say this was a little maybe after Glory or a little
After
before Glory. One of those.
Devil in a Blue Dress, and it was around that time.
But you got some really good performances with him. And freaking John Lithgow was just awesome in this movie. Now, you want to talk about a changing of typecast and all that, freaking change of character. John Lithgow, before he did Raising Cain, he did Ricochet, and he was freaking phenomenal as a villain. So I loved it. He was amazing. I also liked that they actually had Ice-T in it.
That started the whole thing where Ice-T can play a cop. By the way, the guy who sang
Cop
Killer, and Body Count,
has been on Law and Order for how many years? Ice-T, I love you. You're freaking awesome.
Long.
But he was really. What I liked about it too was, he was a cop. He grew up in that neighborhood.
Yes.
He took all of that district attorney and everything that he was, and all of that high, socialite type of environment that he had his kids in, and where was he safer? The kids were safer with his hood, within the hood, with his friends.
Yes.
With basically his friends, his childhood.
Until he went bad in Training Day.
Until he bought into what Ice-T was talking about. So that's one of the things that I kind of liked about that.
I really like
that.
As a matter of fact, I think that was one of the first Denzel Washington films I actually saw. I went to the movie theaters to go see that film. I like Ricochet.
I love Ricochet.
I couldn't put it in my top 5, but I really like Ricochet.
I had to put it in my top 5. Number 4! It's Training Day! It was gonna make top 5 regardless. It was gonna make top 5 regardless. With him and Ethan Hawke, right?
Yes.
It was Ethan Hawke. Him and Ethan Hawke. I mean, that chemistry that they had together was freaking phenomenal. But when you look at the range you're talking about, the range that Denzel Washington had with that movie being all high on PCP, and Wayne Brady, you can thank Training Day for your career resurgence. But regardless, Denzel Washington was just absolutely out of character, and he went for it, and that's what I loved about it the most, is that he was not afraid to show that range and to be something that was completely opposite of what his normal typecasting roles would be. So kudos to him. Oscar well deserved, and sometimes that actually tells you that you don't grow if you stay in the comfort zone. So sometimes you actually got to get out of it to be better. Fair? Number 3 is Philadelphia.
I forgot Philadelphia.
Then let me explain it to you.
Would you
like you're a 4-year-old.
No. I forgot Philadelphia when I was making my list. I don't know how I forgot Philadelphia when I was making my list.
In 1993, when this movie came out, the AIDS topic was still really out there, and Tom Hanks was pretty much known as a comedic type of actor, and Denzel Washington was not as he was still a little off of Ricochet. But going back to what I just said, when you break that range out, him and Tom Hanks and what they did with what Jonathan Demme wanted them to do with this role and with the characters and everything, and to actually relay this message about this disease when it was pretty much, I would probably say in its prime, I guess, in the 90s, early 90s.
Definitely.
So, and what they did and how they showed the discrimination and everything against this disease and all that. It was just a beautifully shot movie. Springsteen's song at the end it brought me to tears. And to this day, I still watch Philadelphia. And to this day, you start listening to Springsteen's music while watching the old videotape of Andy Beckett when he was young. I still freaking get choked up. So beautifully shot film, really great performances by Denzel Washington, and also Tom Hanks winning his first Oscar.
Yes.
Some would argue that Denzel should have gotten an Oscar nom for that. Supporting, absolutely. Yeah. So great movie, good work. That's my number 3. All right. Number 2,
it's Man on Fire.
Malcolm X. Man, Denzel Washington's portrayal of Malcolm Little was absolutely freaking flawless. And then you factor in Spike Lee's direction and Spike Lee's passion in making the film, especially as a black director, and the substance in Malcolm X.
As a black.
as a black director. No, but I'm just saying, as a black director, you can tell that there was a lot of passion in Spike Lee in making this film and getting somebody as solid and really with a lot of substance as Denzel Washington play this role. They made a great freaking team.
No, they did.
They really made a great team, and it was a 3-hour epic. And for him to carry a movie like that for that long, and to actually go from Malcolm's early years when he had the red hair and he was a gangster and he was all this, and go all the way through, through when he became a social activist.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a freaking great journey. I mean, you go through the whole journey.
No,
and
you definitely do.
It sucks at the end, obviously, but it's still a journey.
It's so much. It's a movie that they wrote that it is now like when they were teaching about Malcolm X, they show you the movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, they leave a bunch of things out from the book, or the biography about it, and it's like they leave a bunch of things out, but they're still like, hey, this is history. Watch it. So.
Yeah, and
It's a great film.
but it is a great film. But his performance is freaking flawless, man. I just think that he did such a damn good job as Malcolm X. So kudos to Denzel on that one. That's my number 2. Number 1.
Number 1. I'm curious.
It's Remember the Titans.
Nah, it's not number 1.
Remember the
not
Titans
number
is the number 1
not
Denzel Washington movie for me.
I would, if you'd have said Malcolm X was number 1, I would accept that it's not Remember.
I'm sorry.
It is not Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans is the type of movie that we actually need to this day, right now, with everything going on.
Your
right
inspirational
now.
top 5.
Yeah, my inspirational top 5. That would have been number 1 if we would have done it. Rocky would have been in that.
Okay.
Okay, but anyway.
now I get the top 5. We didn't do that top 5 because I didn't get it.
But anyway, so Remember the Titans is the type of movie that we need right now, and his performance in that movie, going with Will Patton, that chemistry with them two together, and then you get all of these young guys, these young actors in there that play off each other so well. Hell, you got a young Ryan Gosling in there also.
You got a young Faison.
Donald Faison.
Donald Faison.
You got Faison in there. You got
Faison Love for a minute.
No, Faison. Big Worm. You can put Big Worm.
Donald Faison's in it too. It was like, yeah, that's the first role I remember for him. And it's like, yeah, so there's a lot of upcomers in it, but I feel like they carried the film too, and I can't put that one as number 1. But if it's your number 1, that's fine. I think Malcolm X should have beat it.
What he did for the movie and what he stands for, and then the fact of the substance that he had with his Gettysburg Address, to both sides, to the team, and when he busts out the fist and say nothing, we'll break us with whatever that.
Hey, I get goosebumps when I watch that movie. It's like you feel it inside.
You feel that brotherly love, when it comes together, and the moment, left side, strong side.
Right.
The minute that happens, you can just see the coming together, and that's why I love that movie so much, because there is no, even in the movie you see it, defense is on the other, or the offense is on the other bus.
Yeah.
There's defense, and they're all together, whether you're white, you're black, everybody was together, but it was the defense.
Yeah.
You're over there no matter what. And that's what I loved about it, because it just really brought that team together. It brought them, it not necessarily brought the nation together, but it brought that town together.
Right.
And it broke a lot of cultural barriers
Yes.
in that town at that time. So I gotta give it credit. That's why I love that movie. That's my favorite movie of Denzel Washington of all time. Eat it! Honorable mentions.
Still not number 1. Still not number 1.
Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions. I gotta throw out Malcolm X. I gotta throw out Philadelphia because obviously I forgot Philadelphia. Other ones I want to put on here is American Gangster. I thought he did great. I obviously like any time that he's a bad guy in films. He's good at it. Because he's good at being a bad guy. Just like make him the bad guy and everything.
Typecasted bad guy.
Typecast him as the bad guy. Crimson Tide. Glory. Glory is the first film I got taken to as a kid in school, where they take you to go see a film at the movie theaters. And it was like, it took us to go see Glory. It was Black History Month. It took us to go see Glory. Glory had come out not too long ago. That's how old I am. And it was great. You felt for his character in Glory. Inside Man's a great film.
The one tear in Glory got me.
You still feel that. You're like,
one tear.
Oh my God.
Says it all.
He took
in
it
Glory.
all and just gave us one tear.
Yep. First
One
Oscar, baby.
tear.
First Oscar for him.
One tear. Hear him and the Indian or the Native American dude on the side of the road when you litter.
Yes, that guy.
You feel both that one tear. Anyway. You feel them both times. So like I said, it's Inside Man, Malcolm X, Glory, Crimson Tide, Philadelphia.
Okay, I got American Gangster.
Okay.
Glory, Mo Better Blues.
I don't think I've ever seen Mo Better Blues.
Good movie.
What's the one?
Devil in Blue Dress?
No, I have seen Devil in Blue Dress, but no, it was Wesley Snipes. It was Wesley Snipes. I was thinking about Jungle Fever.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking about it was Denzel. It was like, it was Wesley Snipes.
That or the White Girls. All right.
It was White Girl.
Flight. I had Flight.
Okay.
Fences.
I've never seen Fences.
Really good freaking movie.
Okay.
He Got Game.
It wasn't his movie though.
Without that movie, he does not have Jesus Shuttleworth as a freaking nickname.
He does it. He does it. I mean, he was a big part of the movie, but I felt like it wasn't his movie.
All right, and the last one, and it's underrated movie, and I don't know if you'll agree with me on this, but if you're a dad, Father's Day's coming up. If you're a dad, John Q is a freaking
that's a great
awesome
one. Another film I forgot
movie.
about.
Man, if you're a father, you will feel that
Yes.
movie. You will anything for your kids.
Do
you
you
will feel that
see
movie.
how hard this top 5 list is?
Yes,
and I forgot 5 movies. I literally forgot 5 movies.
Yeah, John Q is freaking amazing. So you guys got to check out John Q. Terrence, take us home.
All right, so please blow me up in the comments because I know you guys are gonna hate my top 5 list now because I hate my top 5 list because I forgot 5 movies.
I didn't forget Philadelphia. That's what I
I forgot Philadelphia. I forgot John Q. I forgot Malcolm X.
Malcolm X. Give me your black card right now.
I know, right? But hey, Flight's really good.
Yes, it is very good. It actually goes to show that, you know what? Hey, sometimes being drunk can, relieve some real instincts and make you do the right thing.
Yeah. See, one of the great things is that our list was different now because I went on the ones that I recently remembered, and he went on a lot of the greater hits. Right.
In all honesty, I really thought we were gonna have the same.
I thought so too.
I'm
but then
glad that it was
obviously
different.
I forgot all of the old great films that he
I'm
did.
just glad it was different.
All right, so make sure if you guys, it's the first time you're on the channel, make sure you actually go to the subscribe button and click the notification button so that way you're aware of all the other videos that we do on the channel. Also, too, we have a Patreon, so where you can help us get better because obviously we suck and more money would help us get better. So please give as much as you can from anywhere from $1 on up to infinity, as well as maybe buy a t-shirt because that also helps us grow too. Buy a t-shirt, help support the channel, look nice at the same time.
There you go. All right, for Aspen and Art, where the hell they're at, I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And we'll see you next time.